Welcome to Cinema's Underbelly, the channel where we dive into the deepest, darkest trenches of the underground to analyze and review the most obscure, obscene, and controversial films that cinema has to offer. I'm your host, Jonathan Doe, and today we will be reviewing Ruggero Deodato's Cut and Run. Before the review starts, let's find out who the winner is of the American Guinea Pig contest. For those who missed out, during my last review, anyone who subscribed to Cinema's Underbelly and left a comment detailing their favorite American Guinea Pig film became eligible to win this Unearthed Films Blu-ray release of the American Guinea Pig entry, The Song of Solomon, signed by special effects master Marcus Cook. I have taken the screen names of everyone who participated and placed it into this bowl. And now for the moment of truth. Congratulations, SuperPug666. Song of Solomon is now yours. Please leave me a comment on this video with your email address so we can figure out the best way to get your film to you. For everyone else, stay tuned because I have many more contests planned for future videos. And now, on to the review. Cut and Run is a 1985 Italian exploitation film directed by Ruggero Deodato. The film centers on a television reporter and her cameraman as they investigate a series of grisly murders which revolve around the disappearance of their boss's son. Their investigation leads them deep into the jungle, only to discover that the son is a prisoner of a drug cartel operated by local violent tribal natives. And soon, they too find themselves trapped in the same savage jungle drug war, fighting for their own way to escape. Cut and Run was originally slated to be directed by Wes Craven under the working title Marima, with the original script actually written by Craven. Rumor has it that after financing for the film fell through, the producers refused to give Craven his script back. At the same time, Deodato was receiving pressure from producers to release a sequel to Cannibal Holocaust, an idea that Deodato rejected, and ultimately instead decided to take on Craven's orphaned project. Cut and Run is often classified as the last entry in Ruggero Deodato's Cannibal Trilogy, with Cannibal Holocaust being the second and Jungle Holocaust being the first. Though there is some debate about the accuracy of this statement, because though Cut and Run does contain graphic scenes of violence committed by the hands of the film's antagonistic natives, it actually contains no scenes of cannibalism. That said, on the 2002 Shriek Show DVD release of Jungle Holocaust, Ruggero Deodato states that Jungle Holocaust is the first entry in his Cannibal trilogy.
Bueno, questo film che adesso andrete a vedere è l'ultimo mondo cannibale, The Last Cannibal War, un film che è stato il primo della trilogia dei film sui cannibali.
And though it is obvious that Cannibal Holocaust is one of the other films within this trilogy, the third film is not clearly defined. Though it seems logical that Cut and Run would be the most sound conclusion to a final entry, as it's the only other film in Deodato's filmography that closest meets the criteria, between 2005 and 2006, there were rumors of Deodato returning to the director's chair to begin working on a new cannibal project called Cannibal Metropolitana, later being called Cannibals, though this project was eventually abandoned, leading some to believe that Deodato's Cannibal trilogy does not in fact exist because it was never actually completed. However, my rebuttal to this claim is that Deodato made reference to his Cannibal trilogy during this 2002 DVD release, and did not announce his plans for Cannibal Metropolitana until 3 years later in June of 2005, which seems strange to make reference to an upcoming project 3 years before going public with it. Additionally, as odd as it may seem, on-screen cannibalism is not a mandatory requirement to define a film as being part of the cannibal genre. There are several films which are classified as being part of the genre that contain absolutely no scenes of cannibalism, suggesting that Cut and Run could indeed be the last entry in Deodato's Cannibal trilogy. But regardless of where you stand, Cut and Run is a film that is worth checking out. The film was produced in two separate versions, a softer R-rated cut intended for North American markets, and a harder version for its theatrical European release, with the European cut featuring additional graphic kill scenes and gore not presented in the North American release. And even though I'm not a huge fan of Code Red, especially with how customers have been treated and their blatant lack of attention to detail, especially in regards to this release, with Ruggero Deodato's name being misspelled twice on the product packaging, I do have to applaud them for going so far as providing this release of the film with both its North American and European cuts. All in all, if jungle adventure exploitation is your thing, Cut and Run is a must-have. And if you are a fan of Michael Berryman, this is also a must-see, as I think he does some of his best work in this film. As always, thank you for watching, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Till next time, this is Cinema's Underbelly.